Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for a Tuesday night Superstream. I think there's enough going on to call it that. 3 games in the Premier League, 5 games in the Championship, 12 games in League One for us to keep up with. I'll keep the main screen here on Derby and Hull. But in the main, we're going to dot around all over the place, and I'm sure we'll get plenty of goals flying in at various junctures. So it won't quite be a watch along. So look, there are so many options for your football watching tonight. Do let me know what you are watching, who you're watching, and where, because all of the Championship games are on the red button. All 3 Premier League games are on BT, and all of the League One games are on iFollow as well. So I suspect we'll have at least 10 different games covered by people in the chat, I am sure. Let me know if you can see me, hear me loudly, clearly. Do hit that like button. Get that hit nice and early, and we'll draw as many people to the stream tonight. Plenty going on tomorrow night as well. So we'll try and get back for that. Let's say some hellos in the chat. Guys, if you don't mind, I've retweeted the West Ham team news, but I don't really want to talk about Kurt Zouma because we'll get into it and it will be all night. So apologies if I don't answer the questions about that. Zouma is starting for West Ham, and you know it is what it is. Think of it how you like. I'm sure a lot of people would not have liked to have seen him starting, but I've got loads of team news and stuff to do. So please don't misinterpret that as me glossing over the seriousness of the issue. I just don't have time to talk about it now, okay? Welcome, Elliot and Claire, Serpents, Ray, Ewan, Leeds, QPR, Liam, Alistair, Chris, Alex, Luke, Peanuts, any other hellos here? Hamza, Phil, Sheriff, Owen, Toon, Wayne, Mike, Will, Dan, Steph, Patricia, Hamza, go and get yourself 8 Freddos or a kettle. Thank you. £2 on the super chat. Thank you very, very much. Let me know what you are watching tonight. Chris is on Fulham versus Millwall. Liam is on Stoke versus Swansea. Serpent's Reign is on Everton. Alistair is also on Everton. And happy birthday, Owen, today as well. You can wish Owen a happy birthday. Let me know which game you are watching. Good evening to everybody. John, Stephen, Helen, Stephen on Luton. Great. So it already sounds like we've got 5 or 6 of the games covered. So do keep us updated on what's going on. Let's just have a quick little looky. So it's Newcastle versus Everton. That's an interesting one in the Premier League, especially if Newcastle win, isn't it? West Ham versus Watford, the Kurt Zouma circus by the sounds of it. But still a big game, and maybe Watford can play into perhaps a strange atmosphere. Burnley versus Manchester United later on. That's an 8 p.m. kickoff. In the Championship, then Coventry versus Blackpool, Derby versus Hull, which I will have on the screen for the most part. Fulham versus Millwall, Luton versus Barnsley, Stoke versus Swansea. Steph, legend, the shirt is fire. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, it works well on screen, doesn't it? Lots of oranges. I think I'm just about slim enough to get into it. I think I put more weight on than Shaylee, and she was carrying a baby for the most part. So, yeah, there you go. Thank you very much, Steph, and Hamza as well. They're both super chatted before. So, yeah, very kind of both guys. You too can get involved if you so desire. In League One, full programme. They do this on Tuesdays, don't they? Wimbledon, Rotherham, Stanley, Oxford, Cheltenham, Sunderland, Crewe, Plymouth, Doncaster, Ipswich, Fleetwood, MK, Gillingham, Cambridge, Lincoln, Morecambe, Pompey, Burton, Wednesday, Wigan, Wickham, Shrewsbury, Bolton, Charlton. So that is the size of it. Lee Switching, watching the Newcastle game. Keep us updated. No Ronaldo apparently from Manchester United. Tangerines, maybe they are, Helen. I'll bow to your expert knowledge on that. Everton, now known as Frank Lampard. So absolutely they are. Now, Frank Lampard's Everton. Sorry, I'll change the ticker down there. Right. I'm just seeing Christian Bielik on my screen. First start since January the 30th, 2021. Well done. He is back, and he's a tremendous player for Derby. Let's have a look at some. Let's bang through the Premier League team news, and you can give me your thoughts, and we'll try and then hone in on those 5 Championship games, and we'll do a little sweep of the table in League One. So for Newcastle, Dubravka in goal. Trippier is a January signing. Lascelles Shah, target is 2. Joe Linton, who's now in midfield, isn't he? Shelby, Willock, not that one. Fraser, Wood, another January signing, and St Maximin. So a bit of extra quality in there now these days for Newcastle. And this is a Frank Lampard selection for Everton. Pickford, back 3, Holgate, Keane, Mina, Townsend, Coleman, Alan, Gomez, Gordon, who we had in the Championship at Preston, Gray and Richarlison. Get any thoughts in on that? Let me dive in to the other 2 Premier League bits of team news. West Ham, Watford. I think we all know one player who's definitely playing in this game. Fabianski in goal for the Hammers. Soufal, Dawson, Zuma, Cresswell, Rice and Souček, Bowen, Benrahma, Fornells and Antonio. So, look, we watched West Ham, didn't we, on Sunday in the FA Cup, and the team didn't look a lot like that, did it? So hopefully they play better for the Hammers fans' sake. For Watford, Diddy departed team, of course, so keep an eager eye on that. Foster, Firmino, Cathcart, Samir and Kamara, Kuchka, Sissoko, Kayembe and Cleverly, King and Dennis. Does look like they're playing 4 central midfielders there, doesn't it? But yeah, you tell me. Maybe Kayembe will slip wide in some respects. So yeah, we'll see what goes on there. Please hit that like button if you're joining us here on the stream. We're pleased to see you. Other people, hopefully, will be pleased to see the stream if you can hit that like button for us. This one, as we said, kicks off at 8 p.m. Pope in goal for Burnley. It's Burnley Man United. Roberts, Tarkowski, Mead, Peters, McNeil, Brownhill, Westwood, Cornet, Rodriguez and Weghorst. And we always credit Burnley as well. Lots of championship-y players who've been picked up from our league there. Manchester United, De Gea, Dalot, Shaw, Varane, Maguire, Pogba, McTominay, Rashford, Fernandes, Sancho and Cavani. Let's have a look. Any comments on this one, guys? I'm not going to do the Zoomer stuff because we will be here all night. Please feel free to discuss in the chat, but I won't read them out just because we'll get sidetracked and go down that rabbit hole. Any comments on any of those team news? No. Bruno yes, there is for Manchester United in at number 10. Newcastle, Everton relegation battle. Well, we will see. Can't wait to see Georgie Kelly. Let's see what he can do in League One. A new one on me, John. Do tell us more. Evening, TJ up the Fulham. David is at Fulham. Well, there you go. Probably not saying up the Fulham as well. Zoom past the Zoom. Yeah, apologies. It's a rabbit hole that we just don't have time to go down, I'm afraid. But do feel free to get chatting about it in the comments, of course. If that's what the discussion is, that's what the discussion is. Right, Championship. Let's have a look at some team news as we get very hyped. I'm looking. I've got West Ham up the top there, and there's lots of pyrotechnics going off. So Coventry and Blackpool, Moore in goal for Cov, Hyam, Rose, Clark Salter, Martson and Kane, Hamer and Sheaf, O'Hare, Gyökeres back in the goals now, not before time, with Godden injured and Shipley. For Blackpool, Grimshaw, Sterling, Ekpateta, Keogh, James, Dale, Dougal, Robson, Inform, Bowler, Yates and Medine. We'll whack through a couple more and then I'll get to your comments on these championship teams because it is 4 minutes until most of these games kick off. Of course, that Manchester United and Burnley game is a late kick-off. Let's see what the league leaders have done in terms of their selection. Fulham play Millwall. I remember this being an absolute chasing for Millwall a couple of years ago, and Fulham had 84% possession or something ridiculous. Ruddock in goal for Fulham. Nako Williams now in there. Dennis Adoy gone. Adrabio, Ream and Robinson. Kearney, Chalobah. Wilson, Carvalho, Cabano and Mitrovic. So I suppose you have to give Silva some credit there for all of Fulham's options. He is now sticking with a fair, especially that front four. They're very well knitted together, those players, aren't they? For Millwall, Bialkowski, Hutchinson, Cooper, Wallace, Pearce, McNamara, Keefton Bell, Mitchell, Burke, Bennett and Afobe. And they've got to cope with Carvalho, Mitrovic and Wilson, who have been banging the goals in. Get your comments in. I'll do one more and then we'll go to a few of your comments. We'll leave Derby and Hull because we'll have quite a big eye on that, assuming we don't get goals flying in from the word go. So this is Stoke and Swansea also playing tonight. Bursic, Wilmot, Jagielka, Harwood, Bellis and Timon for Stoke, the keeper and back four. Baker, Allen, Powell. Powell starts, that's good news for Stoke fans. Philogene, Bidas, Campbell and Brown across the front. For Swansea, Fisher in goal, who I bet he's keeping that shirt now in from MK, worked with Russ Martin there. Fisher in goal, Bennett, Cabango, Downs, Christie and Wolf, Grimes, Fulton, Smith, Obafemi and Nitcham. Let's get into some comments there. Evening, Iain. First goal of the night will be at St. James's. We will have a look here. Rotation in midfield. Yeah, using the options well, isn't he? Marco Silva. Ian's going to pop in. Yeah, keep us updated on Rotherham, right up at the top of League One. They've got a bit of a lead as well, haven't they? Rotherham. Ballard back from injury with Millwall. I think he might be on the bench, isn't he? First goal. Fratton Park, get your guesses in where the first goal is going to be. Let me just do these remaining championship games, including the one we're going to have a big eye on here. Luton are hot favourites against Barnsley, aren't they? I think unanimously in the preview stream. People were calling a Luton victory in this one. Shea in goal for the Hatters. Burke, Osho, Naismith, Bell, Bree, Mpanzu, Lansbury, Campbell, Cornick and Adebayo. Barnsley just desperately need a win, don't they? Collins, Anderson, Hellick, Kitching, Vita, Keener. Start from him. He was on loan at Fulham from Watford. He's been redirected up to Barnsley. Bussey, I think that might be a first start, mightn't it? Styles, Gomez, Benson and Morris. And I will give you quickly the Derby and Hull teams, although we will try and sink into that one a little bit in terms of our main watch. But hopefully there'll be goals flying in every 5 seconds for me to tell you all about and for us to react to. So for Derby, Allsop in goal, Byrne, Davis, Forsyth, Buchanan. Bielik starts with Bird, Ebosele, Lawrence and Knight with Plange up top. He's obviously a Crystal Palace player now, but has been loaned back to Derby. For Hull, Ingram in goal, Jones, Greaves, McLaughlin, Coyle, Fleming, Doherty, Walsh, new one in there. And so is Marcus Force up top. Interesting, Honeyman and Lewis Potter. Won't likely be a front three, but those two players pictured up there will likely be getting forward to support Marcus Force, who has proven himself to be a good striker at championship level. The Brentford man. We are off and running, I can see, in the game against West Ham and Watford. We're about to kick off at Pride Park in the game between Derby and Hull. John's gone for 2-0 Ipswich. That'd be a fine thing. First goal, Luton. Luton 2 changes there. Cornick and Adebayo back in. Plymouth first goal. Eco Power Stadium first goal. There's a couple gone in already lower than League One, but we will have a look at the League One thing. Sorry, let me just text my father, who I should be able to see at some point, which would be lovely. Sorry, there we go. If I don't text him now, I'll forget and I'll be in trouble, even at my age. Dearie me. Kick off at St. James's Park. I think we are off and running in most of our games. Now, let's just have a quick look at what's going on in League One as we await our first goal. Let's bring that up there. So, our fixtures in League One, we have, in fact, if I do something clever here, let me bring up the league table and we'll work backwards from there. So, leaders Rotherham are playing 20th place Wimbledon away from home, but they'll still be hot favourites there. Second place Wigan are playing Sheffield Wednesday away. That's a big game, isn't it, at League One level? Cheltenham play Sunderland. That's 17th and 5th. Sunderland have been in dreadful form the past couple of games. Who else have we got tonight? MK Dons in third place. They play Fleetwood. They're away at Fleetwood. Oxford are away at Accrington Stanley. So a few away games for the top 6 teams. Wickham play Shrewsbury. We've already covered Sheffield Wednesday. Plymouth play at Crewe. My team, Ipswich, are at Doncaster, who are bottom of the table. So I will keep my fingers crossed and leave my bias at the door there. It's Burton visiting Pompey. Bolton play Charlton. Look, they're tied together on 39 points with exactly the same 1 draw-loss record as well. And are there any I've missed out? Gillingham, Cambridge, we haven't mentioned. And I think Lincoln, Morecambe is the only one. So that is what is going on at League One level as we await our first goal in the games we cover. There's been a couple already down at League Two level, and we'll try and keep abreast of everything. Never too old for a telling off from the parents. Did I get the butter at the shops, hey? I think we're caught up, although the list will now have about another 10 things on, won't it? Solskjaer and Carrick are at the Keep Moat tonight. Interesting. I wonder if they're checking in with their old mate, Kieran McKenna. Hull in the box. Oh, good save. Keane Lewis Potter there. Span in the left corner of the box. Really good strike there, actually. Smashed it full on the volley. Was this one going in the goal? Oldham have taken the lead in League Two against Bristol Rovers. Port Vale have taken the lead against Carlisle. Half volley, that is definitely going in the corner from Keane Lewis Potter. Good save from Allsop there. Good start by Hull in this one. I wonder if the sheen has just come off that Derby defence a little bit. They've conceded 2 goals in each of their last 3 games, haven't they? Honeyman takes the corner short. Lewis Potter tried to turn again. He wins himself another corner for Hull City, who look like they've started well in this one. Keep me updated on what is going on and where. Please hit that like button as well. This is it's not the Saturday Super Stream, it's the Tuesday night Super Stream here on the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. 3 games in the Premier League, 5 games in the Championship, 12 games in League One, all ticking along the bottom there. No goals yet in any of our games as Honeyman crosses in. We'll keep most of an eye as Hull get another shot in. Marcus Force there with the left foot. So they've started pretty well in this one. Give me your comments. Let me know. We know we've got lots of people watching on the red button, lots of people watching Premier League on BT, lots of people watching League One on iFollow. Tranmere 1, Swindon 0 in League 2. 3 goals now in League 2 and none in the top 3 tiers. There we go. Welcome, Jay. Yes, minutes round of applause for Paul Parrish, who sadly died at the Fulham Stadium. In fact, we were covering the Super Stream while it was on terrible, terrible news. There, Pickford already getting berated by the Toon fans. I think that's par for the course there. We are 5.5 minutes in. Where are the goals, everybody? Where are they indeed? Where are you, in the words of Delia Smith? Evening, Hugh. Up the ticks. Yes. Both Fulham fullbacks not looking great so far. I'm sure they'll get into the game. I think we're going to see Kane Hemmings' goal for Tranmere. Oh, no, it's a complete giveaway by Swindon in the centre-half position. Hemmings just runs through and slides it into the net. We should be able to see the EFL goals as they happen. I've got Gillette on. I've got many screens in action tonight. Get your comments in on whatever is happening in the game you are watching. Remember your first goal shouts as well, because it still hasn't happened yet. We're 6:20 in. No goals in the Premier League, League One or the Championship. Yeah, it looks like Hull are having most of the territory at Pride Park. But as I say, I'll try and keep as good an eye on that as I possibly can. Here comes Luke Plunge, though, for Darby down the left-hand side. He holds it up. Plenty of Hull shirts back into position, though. And Bird helps it back to a Buchanan, who goes home. Is Buchanan playing centre-back? He may have just been narrow at that point. Oldham 2, Bristol Rovers 0. So we can't get a single goal in any of our games, and there's been 2 in the game at Oldham. I tell a lie. Disallowed, says my mobile phone. Yes, should be a stream tomorrow. Just keep in touch. I won't be about during the day tomorrow, but yeah, keep in touch, and we should be doing something very similar than we're doing tonight. Jason Knight trying to follow in there for Darby. Can't quite get on the end of that. Canberry first goal at Wednesday. Come on, Luton. 3 goals for the playoffs. There we go. Short-term thinking maybe, but I'm sure Sean is right. Millwall not sitting back. Millwall go close. Indeed. Fulham's fullbacks look poor because they don't get a lot of cover and they don't do a lot of defending, do they? Fulham, the fullbacks are very, very much attacking. And it looks like Gillette have got Paul Cook watching that game. Who would know all about attacking fullbacks? Swans having trouble getting started. They are playing Stoke City. Where are all the goals, everybody? No goals in any of our games. How many have we got? 12? I think we've got 20, haven't we? And we are 8.5 minutes in. Curtis Davies. Oh, careful. He slid in and won that, but that's one of those where if he's late, he's in trouble. Think he was okay with that one, but just stretching after overrunning it slightly. Let's have a look. Yeah, he took the ball cleanly, but he's got to be so careful. Mistime that in any way, and off you go nowadays. Sadly, there will be a glut. There's always a glut, isn't there? Notts County 1, Barnet 0. So more no from League 2, where all the goals are coming. Alistair, happy to relax and enjoy Superstream as a neutral for once. Although every game I want to go a certain way. Yeah, so never quite neutral are we. Yes, let us know if anyone's watching the Fulham game when the round of applause is, and we will try and mark that in our stream. Even if it's just with the applause emoji, I feel that's probably the right thing to do on our behalf here. So do let us know if you're watching that Fulham game when we do indeed reach minute 11. See you watching from South Africa. Welcome in South Africa. Bird heads forward. Is Lawrence for Darby. Bielik. Ebesele. Good press by Hull. Nice little ball through the lines by Ebesele, though. Lawrence plays it down the line. Burn. Good football this by Darby. Little cutback looking for Lawrence. Easy cut out there. Burn crosses again. And easily gathered in the goal there by Matt Ingram. As we still await our first goal in any of our Premier League games. I haven't had to touch the keyboard yet. Nothing happening. Lots of goals in League Two, but nothing doing in the Premier League yet. Oh, we finally have a goal in League One. Lincoln 1, Morecambe 0. There we go. Lincoln, our first goal scorer of the night. Lincoln take the lead against Morecambe in, and I think we got all the way up to minute number 10 there. We're in minute 11, of course. So if you do want to put your applause emojis in for Paul Parish, you can indeed do so in the chat now. That might be a nice gesture to any of our Fulham friends who are watching. I think we've got a few in the chat tonight. Do we have a goal scorer for Lincoln? I'm sure one will pop up any second now. Morgan Whittaker, how appropriate, on loan from Swansea, used to play for Darby, who we're watching right now in their game against Hull. Well done, guys. Yeah, get those applause emojis in for Paul Parish, who, and I think I'm allowed to say now, who was known to our friends at Cottage Talk, the Fulham podcast as well. Just dreadfully sad, dreadfully sad. I think possibly, I think possibly one of his children has appeared on the show a few times. So, really bad news. So thank you for your applause emojis there. I feel that's the right thing to do. So, yeah, well done. You lot, great stuff. And we have a goal. Lincoln lead against Morecambe. Notts County have gone 2-0 up now against Barnet in League Two, where all of the action is happening in the Premier League. No goals so far. But, of course, Manchester United and Burnley don't kick off until 8 p.m. Please hit the like button while you're here as Nathan Byrne gets forward down the right again for Darby. They've marshalled him fairly well. He's knocked it out. In it comes from the right-hand side, or nearly bounces for Lawrence there. And here comes the action, guys, at the top of League One. And this is a goal that will be impactful. It's Fleetwood 0, MK Dons 1. So it's probably appropriate that we would go to the live League One table. Does that put MK into second place? Yes, it does. So there's your live League One table, he says. But apparently I've undone the share screen function, which is very annoying. And you should be able to see it back again. There you go. So MK Dons are currently, as things stand, in an automatic promotion spot. They're doing great with Liam Manning there. Penny for Russ Martin's thoughts on that. Hopefully he'd be proud of how they've continued after his good work there last season. MK into second place above Wigan and Sunderland. Well done to the MK Dons. Harry Darling has given MK the lead. They are currently in second place. Of course, though, we will wait and see. I'm sure there'll be a response from Wigan. I'm sure there'll be a response from Sunderland at some point very soon. Keep your eye on that. Always fun to have a meal in the chat. Enid is a bit snoozy downstairs, so I will. Oh, we're going to see the MK Dons goal. Free kick whipped over from the right-hand side. And Darling heads in there on the back post. Looks like, if that rain keeps falling at Fleetwood, there's, I hope their drainage is okay there, because that pitch looks very boggy already, and we're only 12 minutes in. Here comes Force down the right. Oh, it's a great cross by Force, headed over the bar. Wow. What a brilliant cross there by Marcus Force. Keen Lewis Potter heads it over the bar, but he absolutely flashed that across the box. The Finnish striker from on loan from Brentford. Tremendous work there by Force, who I think he is onside. It was one of those ones where one move in one way, one move in the other. That's a tremendous cross, isn't it? And just headed over the bar by Keen Lewis Potter. And it looks like Marcus Force has pepped up that attack quite nicely. hasn't it? Oh, yes, mock exams tomorrow. Anyone, get your advice in for James. Mock exams. Good luck, fella. That's one good thing about being an adult. I don't have to do exams anymore. We think Rotherham have just had the ball in the net at Wimbledon, but it looks like it's been disallowed. Hopefully our friend Iain will check in with us on that one. Rotherham obviously looking to respond to the fact that Milton Keynes Dons have taken the lead. They've still got a little cushion there at the top of League One, haven't they? 5 points clear as things stand. Well, they're to score again. It's a 7-point gap as things stand. Ebosele into the box, fouled right on the edge. I suspect the yellow card is coming out. Ebosele, nice run. I think it was Doherty that took him down. Surely that's going to be a yellow, isn't it? Good run by Ebosele. And you would think that close to goal. Maybe not. Right on the edge. How close was that, in fact? Oh, pass. I can't see the lines there, but referee fairly sure that was outside the box. But it's going to be a free kick to Darby, which I'm sure Tom Lawrence is going to be very interested in smashing with his right foot here. So we'll keep tuned in on this. 0-0 Derby and Hull. But, well, Tom Lawrence has got two choices here. He either blasts it, and if it gets past the wall on target, the keeper probably doesn't see it. Or can he go up and down? It's difficult, but the keeper's probably not getting it. I suspect he's going to blast it. I think Max Bird's going to knock it to the side as well. Oh, they've tried a Matt Letitia style flip up and volley there. Although I'm actually not going to call that a Matt Letitia, because apparently John Sheridan did that same free kick twice for Leeds and scored it twice as well. So maybe we should call it John Sheridan. Either way, it went into the wall. Interesting news just outside the playoffs in League One. Crew 1, Plymouth 0. Oh, Ingram's out of goal. He's on safari. What is he doing? Just get rid, buddy. Crikey. Crew lead against Plymouth. Plymouth, of course, chasing on the edge of the playoffs. Crew down in that bottom four, aren't they? Let's just see what that means in the live league table there. Crew are going to be going up to 22nd with that goal. Plymouth could potentially be caught by my lot, Ipswich, tonight if results go their way. And we have a goal for Derby in our big championship game here. Wayne Rooney is beaming with a smile there because Craig Forsyth has given Derby County the lead. And we know what happens when Derby take the lead. We immediately start talking about great escapes and all of that good stuff. We'll have a look and see what that does to the bottom of the table. Nathan Byrne took the throw. He holds the ball up. It's knocked back to Jason Knight, I think. And yeah, it's a physical 1v1 on the back stick. And Forsyth just dominates in the air there and slams the header into the far corner. Very good climb by Craig Forsyth. He really dominates Louis Coyle there, the wing back in the air. It's an excellent bit of attacking play. And judging by Wayne Rooney's smile and the way the Derby staff celebrated that looks planned then. They've probably told Craig Forsyth to get on top of Coyle if he can. That's me speculating, but you don't normally see staff celebrating the way they just did unless something was completely planned out. And perhaps that was Derby lead, Craig Forsyth. Let's have a look at the live championship table. And, well, remember Peterborough play Cardiff tomorrow night. Big game that, where Cardiff can really go a long way to becoming safe. But no game for Peterborough, Reading or Cardiff tonight. So a Derby win would really close up the gap. They go to within 2 points of the Posh, who would, of course, have 3 games in hand. But that's a jolly good effort, you would agree, by Darby, given they've been deducted 12 and 9 points, 21 in total. I think we're going to see the Crew goal that happened a few minutes ago against Plymouth. Shot badly spilled there and just forced over the line. In the meantime, Lincoln have gone 2 up against Morecambe in League One. So business is picking up now on the Superstream. I can see the Derby fans bouncing up and down behind Wayne Rooney there because the Rams lead. They hadn't been on the greatest run, actually, Derby. Only 1 win in the previous 4, but they, previous 5, in fact, actually, they really could do with this one, couldn't they? I don't see it as them pulling Hull in towards the relegation zone. Although ultimately, that's arguable. You could get a massive collapse, but not likely, I don't think, at Hull. It's just about Derby now, really. Frankly, if Cardiff beat Peterborough tomorrow, it's pretty much about Derby chasing Reading and Peterborough chasing Reading, isn't it? And Reading trying to keep their distance, isn't it? 4 points off safety if they win. How about that? We have to remember, 21 points is loads as well, isn't it? So a very, very good effort indeed. What's going wrong for Plymouth, says John? I suppose the obvious answer would be their manager's gone to Preston, I suppose. Sounds like Plymouth are about to have a big chance for an equaliser, though. They've got a penalty in that game, Plymouth at Crewe. 0-0 in the Premier League games, West Ham and Watford, Newcastle and Everton. We will see what transpires. Plymouth could be about to equalise in the game against Crewe. They're chasing on the edges of the playoffs there, Plymouth. We were looking at it on the Blue Monday podcast. It's an excessively high total in League One this season. I think Wycombe is 6th. And prior to today, 6th place was projecting at you needed 82 points. Ludicrously high for sure, or rather to get past Wycombe into 6th. Obviously, people know by my maths, I always look at 7th place plus 1. Obviously, that only applies when the season is finished, to all the pedants who like to answer me about that. Here come Hull into the box. Honeyman blocked out. And speaking of the bottom of the championship and the playoff race, in fact, Luton lead against Barnsley. No, they don't disregard what I said. And apparently Plymouth have missed their penalty. There you go. Stevens watching Forrest Cornick. Offside, sticks the ball in the net. No goal there for Luton. We thought possibly Luton had taken the lead there, but it's been chalked off. So let's do a quick sweep as we come up. We are a quarter of the way through tonight's games. Not too much going on, but hey, you know the glut is coming, don't you? So it is, it's 0-0 in all the Premier League games. Remember, Manchester United 15 minutes later, they started than everybody else. Only 1 goal in the Championship. In the game we've got on in front of us, Craig Forsyth with a really excellent leap and header to give Derby the lead against Hull. Plenty going on in League One. Not quite as much as there is in League Two. Unless I mention it, all the games are 0-0. So it's Crewe 1, Plymouth 0. Apparently, Plymouth have just missed a pen as well. Fleetwood 0, MK 1, which does put MK in second as things stand. Marcus Force gets down the right for Hull. Tries to pop the cross in again. He's really pulling across to that right-hand side and picking up good positions there. Lincoln 2, Morecambe 0. Things looking good for Lincoln at the moment. Dele Alli into the Everton game. Yeah, good luck for him. If ever a player needs to get themselves going. We all remember Dele Alli when he was playing behind Kane with Christian Eriksen to his right. He looked pretty damn good then. So it'd be great to see him get going with our England hats on, wouldn't it? Coventry 0, Blackpool 1. I called that the other way around. And Bolton 1, Charlton 0. Blackpool and Bolton both lead, those two Northwest clubs in different divisions. They've just both taken the lead. We'll get goal scorers in a sec. Bolton 1, Tjelta 0. That was a Premier League fixture for many a year under Sam Allardyce and Alan Kirbishley at those two clubs. We'll await and see the Blackpool goal. Given their level on points, I'm pretty certain that will put Blackpool into the top half. Apologies, might be having some connectivity issues as of right now. Hopefully, that doesn't annoy anybody too greatly, and they won't feel the need to complain. There's precious little I can do about it. Looks like we're all good again. Blackpool lead. They're going to go into the top 10. If they win that game, Blackpool will have 13 points in 5, which is excellent. Big Gary Medine has scored for Blackpool. Did Bolton take the lead? I got a notification that they did. I'm not seeing a goal scorer on the Gillette show anywhere, so we will get that all checked out for you ASAP. Oh, interesting in terms of that League One playoff picture. Accrington Stanley 1, Oxford 0. Yes, Dion Charles has scored again for Bolton. I think he scored. Was it the Superstream we did at the weekend? Did he score a couple? Burnley 0, Manchester United 1 in the Premier League as well. They may not be that convincing on the eye, Manchester United, but they are getting the results at the moment, aren't they? You can't deny them that. Manchester United lead at Burnley. That's our first goal in the Premier League tonight. Let's just take a look at that Champions League race up there. As things stand, with West Ham level with Watford, you would make West Ham favourites to beat Watford tonight on the basis of the league table. So Manchester United will be moving on to 41 points. Obviously, the top three are in a different kingdom there completely. But a good start for Manchester United. They lead at Burnley. And Raphael Varane is the goal scorer. Ben, I've followed football all my life. I'm so bored of it. I don't get any joy from Wednesday losing anymore. My missus says it's about time. I think it's because I need a new team to support. Goodness me. Someone, words of wisdom for Ben, please. Goodness me. Yes, all down to my shirt that Blackpool are leading. Interesting. Stoke dominating at the moment. Haven't seen Swansea get near our box, says Mike. And I think we are all just about caught up with any of the goals there. Right, we thought Luton had taken the lead about 5 minutes ago. We think they have now. Luton 1, Barnsley 0. Luton lead against Barnsley, and at exactly the same time, it's Fulham 1, Millwall 0. A couple of teams towards the top of the Championship, both scoring there. In fact, Fulham right at the top of the Championship. And you get to this point of the season with teams like Fulham, and you start to be thinking about final totals and, you know, how close they're getting to where they need. Guess who scored for Fulham, by the way? I probably don't need to tell you, do I? And that, I think, is that goal number 29 of the season. Wow. So we could get a 30-goal season confirmed tonight. Looks like the Manchester United goal has been scrubbed off by VAR. Perhaps one in the eye for those people who like to tell me every week that VAR favours the big teams. Well, they don't get bigger than Manchester United, and it's just scrubbed the goal off for them. So there you go. Did Luton take the lead? I was informed that Luton took the lead as well. Yes, they did. Alan Campbell, he's in good form in the Luton central midfield, isn't he? Let's have a look and see what that quick little spate of goals has done in the Championship. Fulham, as things stand, are going 8 points clear. It's quite a nice night for Fulham tonight. They are unchallenged, aren't they? If you look below them, we're just seeing the goal. I'm pretty sure it's number 29 of the season for the Serbian Hulk, Mitrovic. I'm seeing the celebration. I'm not seeing the actual goal there. So if anyone can describe that to me, I can't be bothered to wind it back. Look at Luton, though. 7th position as things stand for Luton. And yes, as was pointed out, a 3-goal win tonight for the Hatters would put them temporarily above West Brom in the playoff place. West Brom have got a difficult game tomorrow night. Of course, Middlesbrough and Forest would play. Luton have just got to look after their own business at the moment, and they are most certainly doing that. Luton are in fine form, on a bit of a tear, actually, since they got back from a few postponements during that Omicron spike over Christmas. Luton having an incredible season. Fair play. Absolutely. Mitro scored in the 29th minute. There we go. Mitro completely unmarked in the box. Oh, Neko Williams got the cross, did he? Nice. Nice indeed. Steve, probably 29 goals just via us in the last 3 years. Worth. There you go. He is the man. Mitrovic. Oh, have I just missed the Alan Campbell goal as well? I can see Osho running off celebrating. Does that mean Campbell nicked it and stuck it over the goal line? Or was that the disallowed goal first? We're finding out. I think that was the goal there. And this is the problem with having 5 screens on at once, isn't it? Cheltenham 0, Sunderland 1. Does that knock MK back down into 3rd? Sunderland have been, a bit of a mess, actually. 6-0, lost at home to bottom side Doncaster at the weekend. But they are leading now. Sunderland have just taken the lead at Cheltenham. And I think they will go... Will they go above MK? I don't think they will, actually. Let me just double check. We'll bring you the League One table up as things stand. No, they don't. No, I'm wrong about that. It takes them to within a point there. So 4th place. Obviously, a Wigan goal would change everything at the top there. Portsmouth, keep your eye on them. They're about to move about 4 places up the table. Portsmouth, in fact, they will. Yeah, they can move up to 11th. Portsmouth have just taken the lead against Burton. Pompey 1, Burton 0. Looks like an Alex Pritchard free kick. It's a beaut, that one, isn't it? Great strike by Pritchard, the former Norwich Huddersfield player. Darby go close there. Luke Plange sliding in. I think it might have come off the Hull defender there. And a decent save by Ingram. And Darby looking all right in this one, aren't they? Let's just add that Pompey goal to the ticker. Pompey lead 1-0 against Burton. Sean Raggett. Have Manchester United taken the lead properly now? It says 1-0 on Gillette. It says 1-0 on my phone. They just had one via Varane, scrubbed off via VAR. There's too many vias in that sentence. But we think Manchester United lead again. I'll put it up. It might get disallowed again. We will find out imminently. Give us your views. Osho hit it. Campbell bundled it over the line. Oxford 1 down. Yeah, do let me know if anything gets missed off the ticker. Now, big goal in the Premier League. Really big goal, in fact. Newcastle 0, Everton 1. And that will have big implications. That one, won't it? Newcastle 0, Everton 1. In my head, Everton aren't in that relegation picture, and a win tonight would go a long, long way to just exacerbating the gap that's already there. Derby are just on the attack in the Championship, so we'll keep an eye on that as we move across to look at the Premier League table. And it's really good news for Everton. And frankly, it's good news for our Watford and Norwich friends as well, with Newcastle losing. Look at that. 3 of our dearly departed teams in a row there, 16, 17 and 18 there in the Premier League. So Everton lead. The Manchester United goal scorer, Paul Pogba, Jamal Lascelles own goal for Everton to take the lead. The Newcastle, I think he's the captain, isn't he? Someone fact check me on that. And it's an OG for Lascelles. And you can see the gap now between, it's a proper 6-pointer that, isn't it? With Everton leading, the gap between Newcastle and Everton is 7 points. Of course, if Newcastle were to win this, it would be 18 and 18 and 19 points. So there's the extent of a 6-pointer. There is Dion Charles on my screen, very coolly rounding the keepers to give Bolton the lead. Oh, Louis Coyle there heading over for Hull. He got completely out-jumped. Hold your fire on the relegation zone, because I believe Newcastle United have just equalised and Manchester United have just gone 2-0 up. I told you things would start ticking along nicely. So Newcastle have equalised. So that 7-point gap is now down to a 4-point gap one more time. Newcastle equalised straight away. That is good character from Newcastle for a side that haven't been dreadfully good for a long time. To go behind and immediately equalise. Good job. Chris Boyd is looking at it on Gillette. Ebasele into the box for Darby. Oh, Lawrence, is he going to force it in? Yes, he is. Darby are really looking like they're heading for a 3-pointer tonight. Darby 2, Hull 0. I think Manchester United have had a goal disallowed again. But Darby have just gone 2-0 up. Tom Lawrence with some really nice feet there to just manipulate that ball around Ingram whilst he was on the deck and put Derby County 2-0 up. Excellent stuff. And Derby go again. Can they go on another run? It was Bielik to Knight. Ebasele on the right-hand side. He just skins his man just with sheer raw physicality. Plange is probably offside, but he's not interfering with play. He's behind Ingram. Ingram then plays the ball. If he leaves it, Plange might be offside if he sticks it in the goal. But Lawrence then nicks in the front there. And really good feet by Lawrence. Keeps his eye on Ingram. Eye on the ball. 1, 2. Excellent play by Tom Lawrence. And Derby lead 2-0. Lawrence squeezes it in on the near post. So all of that Premier League stuff there. Manchester United, the goal was disallowed. But Newcastle, it's another own goal, actually. Mason Holgate with the own goal this time. So Holgate of Everton essentially scoring in the wrong net. Let's just see what this does mean for Derby now, because they are hot favourites to win this game now. And let's have a look down the bottom there. And a hugely valiant effort from Derby, who were deducted 21 points, of course, for some financial infractions that I'm bored of talking about now, frankly. That's the punishment, and they're doing a fair good go at playing through that punishment. They're going to be 4 points from safety, 2 points off Peterborough. In the real league table, add on the 21, Derby would be above Millwall there in 15th on 39 points. So there is something there for Derby if they can keep pushing on. Remember, Reading are who they're chasing. Honestly, Derby could probably do with Peterborough beating Cardiff tomorrow night and trying to draw as many in to the relegation fight as possible. Here's Max Bird inside the box. Bird with the left foot. And it's, I think it's tipped over the top. I think it might have taken a deflection on the way through as well. It's going to be a corner to Derby, who are looking really good here. They're 2-0 up against Hull. Bird there just working it on the edge of the box. No, I don't think it was deflected. Tipped over the bar by Ingram. And I think I'm contractually obliged to say to you, everybody keep calm. So if you watch the streams often, you'll know what's probably just happened, unless it gets disallowed. Doncaster 0, Ipswich 1. Everybody stay calm. It looks like Ipswich are leading at Donny. Doncaster 0. Ipswich 1, unless I hear otherwise. Let's go to some comments. Sorry, absolute glut of goals. Keep calm. Lenny, this is woeful. Well, yeah. Darby do look good value for it. Tyreek Backinson has scored for Ipswich on loan from Bristol City, and he's got a goal for Ipswich tonight. Mitro, the cheat code, 29. Can he get to 30 tonight, Yanis? Hull being punished for sacking a manager. Well, there you go. The McCann anti-bounce. A couple of people think about it as the ball comes through. We're going to see Tyreek Backinson's goal here, flicked up in the air. It's headed down, I think, by Bon. Backinson, well, that's a good look over at the linesman to see if he's offside or not. Bon's header was parried. Backinson sticks it in the back of the net. And I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. When they wear that white away shirt, Ipswich do tend to win, I have to say. But there you go. John. John agrees with Lenny. Hull are absolutely awful. Not having a good one tonight, are they? I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Pompey have just gone 2-0 up against Burton. So, yeah, it just strikes me. I'm sure this is mathematically impossible. The entire top half of League One seems to win every week, but Pompey are 2 up. Oldham 2, Bristol Rovers 1. Let's have a look at League One. Forgive me. Let me see what that's done for Ipswich, if anything. They're in pretty decent form, Ipswich, but they've left themselves so much to do, given their dreadful start to the season. So as things stand, Ipswich would go on to 47 points, 15 games to go. Everybody knows even 2 points per game until the end of the season for Ipswich would take them to 77. And we think that's not going to be enough this season. High tide in League One. Plymouth, of course, are losing at the moment. They're playing Crewe, so that could all change. Sheffield Wednesday drawing as well. Pompey breathing down Ipswich's neck, and Bolton, although there is a 5 points gap there. Oh, speaking of the top of League One, this is no, it's not. It's been disallowed. We think Wigan might have just had the ball in the net at Sheffield Wednesday. No cigar there. That would have been a really interesting goal, especially for those playoff positions. Oh, here comes Jason Knight. Max Bird hits the shot through from distance. Darby, they could go 3-0 up before half-time here, couldn't they? Here's Burn. Burn floats a lovely-looking crossing, and if Forsyth had been on his toes there, he'd have definitely had a second goal, wouldn't he? Coventry have equalised, and that looks like Victor Gyökeres has done it again. He's one thing, well, the other, isn't he, Gyökeres? We'll bring his numbers up in a minute. I think he went weeks and weeks without scoring after scoring loads of goals at the start of the season. And now he's scoring every week again. Very streaky season for Gyökeres, but Coventry fans will be very pleased that it's a plus streak at the moment for Victor Gyökeres. And it's Coventry 1, Blackpool 1. We had a hard time splitting those two apart, didn't we, in the preview stream earlier? They are tied up too tight in the middle of the championship table. Can Hull get a goal back just before half-time? They had a chance there. It's Marcus Force as well. And here is a surprising goal at Kenilworth Road. It's Luton 1, Barnsley 1. Many of us, me included, had that down as a home run for Luton. May still turn out to be the case, but Barnsley have equalised just before half-time. They're having an atrocious season, Barnsley, but maybe some joy tonight. That remains to be seen. Always feels like there's more goals midweek. I don't know. It does feel like that, Granty. I bet it's not mathematically true, but why is that? It does. Is it because we've all been working all day and we enjoy the goals that much more? Carlton Morris, the used to play around the corner from Luton at MK Dons, former Norwich man, has powered his way into the box. Oh, that's a superb goal, actually. Brilliant goal from Barnsley there. Morris completely skinning his man and then dinking the ball in to the back of the net. And Barnsley have got the equaliser. Luton 1, Barnsley 1. I'm seeing the Watford players going in at half-time in the Premier League. West Ham 0, Watford 0. I'll tell you what I'm going to do with my iPad up here. I'm switching over to Newcastle and Everton. I just think throughout the rest of the evening, there's going to be more going on there. I hope you endorse that decision, everybody, in the chat. Barnsley have scored a goal. Good job, I was sat down. Dave, the best person doing this on YouTube. You do what it took 6 to do on Sky Sports. Thank you, Dave. That's very, very kind indeed. Maybe later time of day means players, but I think it's us that's more tired, Hamza, isn't it? But there you go. Ollie Morris deserves better. Should have been given a chance at a club top of the championship. Yeah. They loaned Jordan Hugel in instead, didn't they? But yeah, I like Morris, actually. Very direct player. Loves to dribble, good power, good in the air. He'll never be out of work in the championship, won't he, with those attributes? Lawrence hits the half volley wide. And it looks like Darby are going to be going in 2-0 up. Newcastle look like they're forcing the issue there. I've just thrown that one up on the iPad as well. We're coming in half-time in most of our games now. So if you are indeed watching, please do give us your half-time reports, nice and concise, and let us know what you think. It's half-time at Derby. So look, let's do a sweep and you can give me your reactions to all of the half-time action across the 3 games in the Premier League, 5 in the Championship, 12 in League One. So in the Premier League, it's Newcastle 1, Everton 1. So that's still on a bit of a knife edge. Own goals, both the goals, Lascelles. So obviously that's the Everton goal, and Holgate, own goals for both sides there, whichever way you want to look at this. West Ham 0, Watford 0. Burnley 0, Manchester United 1. Pogba. Manchester United are having a good push at that 4th spot, although we wonder whether Harry Kane and Antonio Conte might have something to say about that. It's Coventry 1, Blackpool 1, Medine and Gyökeres. Derby 2, Hull 0. Derby will be 4 points from safety with all their direct rivals playing tomorrow night. But looking very good for Derby tonight after a bit of an icky run. Craig Forsyth and Tom Lawrence are the goal scorers. Fulham 1, Millwall 0. Mitro, goal 29 of the season. Could we be applauding Alexander Mitrovic for reaching 30 before Valentine's Day? How about that? Luton 1, Barnsley 1. We thought it was a home run for Luton this one. They took the lead through Campbell, but just before half-time there, beleaguered Barnsley, equalising Carlton Morris with a lovely little slip inside Naismith and a little dink over Shea in the goal. In League One, leaders Rotherham are 0-0 with Wimbledon. Stanley 1, Oxford 0. Now, remember, Oxford are up there in those playoff positions. We'll look at the league table in a bit. But Oxford in 5th are behind to Accrington Stanley, which really is good news for everybody directly below them. Wickham, Sheffield Wednesday, Ipswich, Plymouth, etc. Cheltenham 0, Sunderland 1. They'd lost 2 on the trot, Sunderland, so that will be good news for them. Crew 1, Plymouth 0. Plymouth missed a pen as well in that one. Doncaster 0, Ipswich 1. Fleetwood 0, MK 1. MK, as things stand with Wigan level, are 2nd in the table. MK are going up automatically as things stand. Long way to go, I know. Gillingham 0, Cambridge 0. Neil Harris in there at Gillingham now. They lost to Ipswich at the weekend. Lincoln 2, Morecambe 0. Lincoln pushing on to 34 points now as things stand. Good news for them. Pompey 2, Burton 0. Pompey up to 11th after 5 without a win. Wednesday 0, Wigan 0. That's a big game, that, isn't it? Wycombe 0, Shrewsbury 0. Wycombe will have one eye on the fact that Oxford are behind as well. Wycombe in 6th spot. Bolton 1, Charlton 0. Bolton are on a tear, aren't they? If Bolton win that, that's 16 points in 6 games. They are looking very, very nice. Right, let's see your halftime reactions, and then we will get into things. Right, what are we saying? Don't mention Hugill, please. Hugill. Ben Naismith slipped. Yeah, I don't think so, Stephen. I think he got turned inside there and he got left on his backside. But you view it how you want, Stephen. And don't shout at me with the caps either. Stupid goal to give away. I think you Luton fans have been a bit tough on Morris there. Took that goal really, really well. I understand your frustration, of course. Barnsley has a curse over us, I swear. Half-time 1-0. Millwall looking a lot better than when we played them at the Den. Like Rowett said, they're going for it. Fulham have been trying to create chances, but frustrated by the Millwall defence. Come on, Tigers. Actually, we are a few Turkish people now interested in Hull, so welcome. I'm not going to try and say your name. Biedology. Pass. It sounds like Millwall are playing all right, actually. Not a bad account of ourselves. Fulham missed a few sitters. It sounds like Luton are having a bit of an off night, which is quite rare for them, isn't it? Barnsley deserved goal. Good finish too. Yeah, I agree. Nice to see there. One of the Luton fans giving a little bit of credit to Barnsley there for the goal. West Ham versus Watchalong. I'm not doing Zuma tonight, guys. Not doing it. Sorry, Alex. Half time 0-0 for Rotherham. Miller's doing most of the attacking. Don's defended well. Showed enough going forward to make Rotherham keep vigilant. What else are we saying here? Liam, half time at Stoke. Dreadful from Swansea. Not sure if the changes in the score were too conservative, or if Russ Martin's wanting to get it to half time, then turn it up. Yeah, we will see. What else have we got here in the chat? Chris, Fulham just edging a tight game. Poor by Cooper to allow the space to cross for the goal. As usual, we look clueless in the final third. Need Saville and Jed on for Keith and Burke. Afobe, poor. Interesting, very interesting. Does Mitro break the record tonight? What record's that? Just getting to 30? I don't know who's done it the quickest. I know Glenn Murray, when he got 30, I think he got to 29, Murray, didn't he? And then went about 8 games without scoring. Tony definitely did it last couple of games of the season. So certainly in championship terms, Mitro will be the earliest to get there for sure, won't he? In actual League One terms, I think most of us who've studied this league for a long time remember Lee Hughes for West Brom. I think it was before Christmas he got there, didn't he? Which was ridiculous, wasn't it? And yes, good old Guy Whittingham. He was probably there equally quickly as well. Jay, the way the Luton players are acting seems like they could just turn up to win the game. Maybe the Barnsley equaliser will spark them into life. Yeah, I'm sure Nathan Jones will spark them into life. Stephen, mate, let it go. Let it go. It's okay to have a different opinion. We were discussing this earlier. Not important. The ball ended up in the goal. Whether the guy got turned and slipped over or whether he slipped, I don't care. Luton won, Barnsley won. If it makes you feel better to say slipped, then carry on. You can say it another 20 times in the chat, but I would advise you to let it go now, I think. Grand Tears, a posh fan. I like the Derby score. After we play Cardiff and Reading, we'll possibly know our fate. Right, what else have we got? Oh, stop it. Deary me. Complete myth that about Mitro. Right, shall we do some CV game, please? Anyone wants to do some CV game, we will go for it now. CV game, if you've got any ideas whilst we are at half time, it is 8:41 here. We're going to be back for the second half, probably in about 6 or 7 minutes. Any CV game, get them in. Oh, there you go. There's one. Who can do it? Southampton, Norwich, Blackburn, Fulham. Anyone do that one? Southampton, Norwich, Blackburn. I was going to say Angus Gunn when I saw Southampton and Norwich, but it's clearly not, is it? What are you saying on that one? Southampton, Norwich, Blackburn, Fulham. Can anyone get that one? Whilst that one's ticking, let me just say we're proud partners with Jim Vintage Clothing. www.jim-vintage.com. Sustainable streetwear from recycled materials or organic cotton. You get free delivery and returns on that. We gave away a Jim Vintage t-shirt in the watch-along, didn't we? On Sunday, all good fun there. Hoodies, sweats, joggers, t-shirts, caps, etc., etc. Bags as well. There should be another giveaway coming. In the meantime, it is BBFC Space Jan at checkout, and you can get yourself a 15% discount. Right, has anybody got this? Oh, how did I not get that? Harrison Reed, that's ridiculous. Sorry, who got that first? Ollie. Yeah, well done. Right, here we go. Borussia Dortmund, Spurs, Man United, Fulham. Borussia Dortmund, Spurs, Man United, Fulham. I was thinking Berbatov, but I think Berbatov was Leverkusen, wasn't it? Borussia Dortmund, Spurs, Man United, Fulham. Can anyone get that one? I can't. Was it Berbatov? I'm sure Berbatov was Leverkusen, wasn't he? Not Dortmund. There you go. It was Berbatov and it was Leverkusen. There you go. Right, let's do a couple more of these. Solihull, Oldham, Macclesfield. I'm terrible at these ones when they've got 50 different teams. Oldham, Macclesfield, Leeds, Fulham, Bristol City, QPR, Millwall, Salford. Matt Smith. Is it? Did Matt Smith play for all of those teams? He went to Salford, though, didn't he? Is that Matt Smith? I think I've got it. Right, let's do a couple more of these. Rangers, lots of loans. Ross County, St Mirren, Blackpool. I know who this is. Scottish central midfielder, banging left foot. Anyone get that one? Who's going to be the first to get that one? I've got it. Come on, somebody in the chat there. Lots for Matt Smith. Here you go. Well done, John. Charlie Adam, of course. Man City, Bristol City, Rotherham, Man United. Who went from Rotherham to Man United? No clue. Anyone get that one? I'm struggling with that one. Anyone got it? Man City, Bristol City, Rotherham, Man United. We'll be back, by the way, for second halves very, very soon. Man City, Bristol City, Rotherham. Oh, no, you can't do it in reverse order. Oh, okay, that changes everything. In which case, it's Sean Goater then, isn't it? Yeah? Man United, Rotherham, Bristol City, Man City. Put them in the right order, you lot. Right, let's do one or two more. Newcastle Blue Store, Morpeth, Ilkeston, Derby, Torquay, Rotherham, Fulham, Ipswich on loan, Preston, Oldham on loan, Grimsby, Tranmere, Gillingham, Morecambe, Altrincham. I should be able to get there with the Ipswich in there, but I don't think I'm going to. Is it? No, it's not Jamal Campbell-Rice, is it? Pass. Anyone get that one? Anyone get that one from Ross's Newcastle Blue Star, for God's sakes? I ain't getting that one. Ipswich on loan. I should be able to get it. Anybody got it? Anybody got it? This one looks fairly familiar with lots of teams in different order there. Oh, that is a great shout. Who got that first? That's a round of applause for that one, Jay Crick. A few of you have got it. Ben. Right, we're stopping on Ben Pringle. That's a great shout, isn't it? Well done. Oh, go on. We'll put James's one up. Armenia, Bremen, Wolfsburg, Branchburg, Norwich. Right, that's Onel Hernandez, surely, isn't it? Come on, let's wipe these out now. Leeds, Newcastle, Villa, City, Liverpool. James Milner, surely. Blackpool loan. Are these? How can you start on loan? It's Gary Medine anyway. There we go. Right. I think we are there and we're ready to go in the second half. No more CV game. We've loved it. Whoever got Ben Pringle first is a big, big round of applause there. Impressive stuff there. That's Josh King, isn't it? Is there a black? But yeah, Josh King, Luke. It took me 1 second to get. To be fair, Jersey boy, I read it before I clicked on it, but there you go. Rangers, Blackburn, Birmingham, Blackpool, Fleetwood. Oh, I know who that is. That's Barry. What's his name? What's his surname? Barry. A centre midfielder called Barry Ferguson. Thank you. Right, let's move on. No more CV game. Thank you, everybody. Do go and check out Jim Vintage as well. Also, please hit that like button, and we're going to give you a live subscriber count here on the channel. 20,658 subscribers. Please hit that subscribe button. See if we can get a few more of you subscribed tonight to the channel. Anyone want to do that one just quickly? Where are we going? Who went from Juventus to Man City? João Cancelo. I don't normally, Joshua, endorse the term tin pot, but you're absolutely tin pot if you haven't subbed for sure. Was it not Barry Ferguson, John? I think you did sign him from there, didn't you? He was a good player, wasn't he? Barry Ferguson. Cultured passer of the ball. Right. Second halves are now kicking off. So park the CV game. I'm going to do a quick sweep of scores. We'll put them along the bottom as well. Newcastle 1, Everton 1, West Ham 0, Watford 0, Burnley 0, Man United 1. Championship, Coventry 1, Blackpool 1, Derby 2, Hull 0, Fulham 1, Millwall 0, Luton 1, Barnsley 1, Stoke 0, Swans 0. In League 1, Wimbledon 0, Rotherham 0, Stanley 1, Oxford 0, Cheltenham 0, Sunderland 1, Crewe 1, Plymouth 0, Doncaster 0, Ipswich 1, Fleetwood 0, MK 1, Gills 0, Cambridge 0, Lincoln 2, Morecambe 0, Pompey 2, Burton 0, Wednesday 0, Wigan 0, Wickham 0, Shrews 0, Bolton 1, Charlton 0. In the game between Derby and Hull, which we've had most of an eye on in the first half, Derby quite good value for their 2-0 lead. Even the Hull fans were admitting. Ferguson was Birmingham's League Cup winning captain. Tremendous player. Love your shirt. Not many lads could pull that off, but you sure do. Well, you just got to go for it, haven't you? Robin. Outstanding. Robin, what on earth is the Boreham Wood Fund? I love it. But it keeps coming. 25 Aussie dollars from Robin. That's so kind. And he's super chatted many times. Thank you so much, Robin. Very, very kind indeed. Guys, I'm really sorry. Loads of people have asked about Kurt Zouma. It's a horrible situation. I don't like it. And we'll go. Oh, Ebasele into the box. And he's put Derby 3-0 up. Wow. Derby are most definitely home and host tonight, aren't they? Derby 3, Hull 0. Ebasele flip-flop fly and sticks it into the back of the net. And Derby are 3-0 up. Yeah. Just apologies to that commenter. I'm just avoiding talking about Zouma. Now, I talked about it a bit on football365.com earlier this morning, so you can hear my thoughts then. But look, it'll probably be chip paper in 5 days' time, won't it? I don't think anything more is going to happen. He's back in the team. He's apologised, and that's probably going to be that, isn't it? But of course, we deplore any cruelty to animals. I think anyone who's seen my YouTube story knows that I'm out with my dogs all the time. So well in that camp. Ebasele, they got slid in by Lawrence, just drilled it in on the far post, and Derby are 3-0 up. Woof. 3 points for the Rams then. Luton are off in the second half. It's mad how he started tonight. Honestly, I suspect David Moyes has said to him, look, you're an idiot. You're going to have to go and play. I'm not taking you out of the team. You're going to get booed. You're also going to get booed wherever you play now as well. Go out and deal with it. It's on you, I suspect, is what has been said. Mauled by the Tigers. Other way around, yeah. New manager bounced off the cliff. Here's Eversele coming into the box again. Eversele blocked out Lawrence. Lawrence trying to sort his feet out. Little one down the line for Syfe. Good crossing. Oh, God, Darby could hammer Hull here. They're all over him, aren't they? And they've just gone 3-0 up, of course. Hull are dreadful. Can't believe they've been on good. They've been excellent, haven't they, Hull? The 3 games leading up to the one against Preston before this one, they'd won all of them. But, yeah, Darby are battering them tonight, aren't they? Well played to the Rams. Let's just check in one more time. I know we've had a couple of looks, but people are going to ask about this. People are going to be interested in this. Darby are going to be 2 points off the Posh, who play at Cardiff tomorrow night. Interesting one. And 4 points off Reading, who play at Bristol City tomorrow night. It's the battle of the teams that can't defend there. Bristol City versus Reading. But Bristol City are good going forward. So it's not going to be an easy night, I don't think, for Reading tomorrow night. Stoke 1, Swansea 0. Stoke 1, Swansea 0. And Plymouth have equalised at Crewe. So again, that push outside these, sort of positions, well, basically 1 to 10 in League One, very, very competitive. As you can see, I know to my cost being an Ipswich fan. Stoke lead 1-0. Hopefully we'll get a look at that one very soon. Stoke could drop down to 14th in the table. We'll get goal scorers for you in a little bit. And is that goal number 30, I wonder? Fulham 2, Millwall 0. Mitro, we know, is on 29 goals. Has he done it? Is it take about time for Mr. Mitrovic? And I think he might have. And I think, whether you like him or not, I think you might all deserve a round of applause for Alexander Mitrovic, who has got 30 goals in the Championship this season. Extraordinary performance from Mitrovic right through the season. And that is 30. And today's date, everybody, is Tuesday the 8th of February. And Mitrovic has 30 goals. What a performance by him. Exceptional season from Mitrovic. I'm going to see the goal here, I think. Ream sticks the shot in, and he's just a poacher in the box. In with the left foot there, Mitrovic. Congratulations to him. That's a tremendous achievement. How many will he go on and score? Now, Ryan Hardy was the goal scorer for Plymouth. There you go. Up, down, left, right, triangle, square, Mitro. Very, very much so. Extraordinary season for Mitrovic. He probably deserves us to just drill in and have a look at the season's numbers. So these won't be correct as of this second, but you can see there, it's just incredible. 27 starts, 30 goals. So a lot better than a goal per game. He scores, where's the ratio, every 81 minutes before tonight. So that is going down as well. Incredible stuff. He's also got 7 assists. So Alexander Mitrovic has just got his 37th goal contribution in 27 games. Just ludicrous. So well played, Mitrovic. An incredible season, and the records are all there for him now to break, aren't they? And are we going to be looking at? He's going to surpass Tony last season, who got 31. Did he? I think Murray had got 30. Let me just double check. Yeah, 31. Murray got 30. Lee Hughes was 32, I think, wasn't he? And then it's Guy Whittingham out on his own with 42, isn't it? Tremendous, tremendous stuff. Now, I've probably missed a couple of goals on the ticker. If anyone can keep me updated. Ooh, Fleetwood have equalised against MK. Interesting, up at the top of the table. I think that puts Wigan back into second, doesn't it? Good news for Wigan. That goal. Good news for Fleetwood. They scored it, for goodness sake. Have I missed any other goals? Pompey 2, Burton 1. Burton have a goal back against Portsmouth. Let me know if I missed any goals on the ticker. It should be showing back up right now. We just wanted to check Mitrovic's goals per minute for sure. Fulham need 24 goals in 17 more games to reach 100. It's happening. It is absolutely happening, isn't it, Mike? I think we're going to see that Fleetwood goal. God, that pitch is horrendous. Good finish, though, I have to say, by Paddy Lane. Just stuck that in the corner with his right foot. Would I say this championship is the worst quality? No, I wouldn't. Give me your thinking behind that. No, I don't think the championship's poor quality at all. Very competitive up at the top there, and parachute teams being challenged as well by the likes of Blackburn and QPR. I think it's decent for sure. Ooh, penalty Sheffield Wednesday. Hello. Penalty Wednesday. What's gone on there? Oh, sorry, I didn't say Stokes goal was scored by Jaden Philogene Bidas. I've just seen Hardy's equaliser for Plymouth as well. Did Wednesday score the penalty? Did they? We will find out anytime soon. We already had a penalty come up at Plymouth, and that did get missed, didn't it? So we will check it. Yes. So it's all going on at the top there. And if Rotherham can score, this could be a lovely old night from them, because now Wigan are behind and MK are level. So a Rotherham goal would really, really push things in their direction. I'm just seeing the penalty call, I think. Clear as day, that one. Watmow. And it's Barry Bannon, left-footed. Keeper goes the right way, actually. Just lifts it enough, doesn't he? And gets it in to the back of the net. Right. So I need to put that Wednesday goal up. We need to check the top of the league table as well there in League One. That's been all changed. And, big goal in the Premier League. Because, is that Ryan Fraser? Yes, it is. Running towards the camera, and Newcastle lead against Everton. They've come from behind. I think that's worth a woof, isn't it? Newcastle 2, Everton 1. Frank Lampard in a relegation fight, anybody? Maybe. Plymouth have just gone 2-1 up. We must check in at the top of League One. Ryan Fraser, cross at the back post there. Volleys that one in with his left foot. And Newcastle lead. Niall Ennis was the goal scorer for Plymouth, who now lead against Crewe. Right, I promised you League One first, and then we will have a look, because I believe Newcastle are now 1 point behind Everton, aren't they? That's bad news for our Watford and Norwich friends as well. Here is the state of play in League One, and it's good news for Sunderland as well. They're leading. They've gone up into second. Wigan are behind at Sheffield Wednesday. MK are level now, having led at Fleetwood on that bog of a pitch. If Rotherham were to score, they will go 9 points clear. 9 clear at the top. Rotherham, there is a door wide open for them. They can really put the hammer down tonight. The results, as it stands, are going in their direction. Look at that playoff picture as well. Counting down from Oxford, 53, 53, 52, 50, 47. And then Bolton 5 points away in 10th place. So competitive. And Plymouth, they're winning tonight, aren't they? They've just gone 3-1 up at Crewe. let's check in with the Premier League. And Newcastle are out of the bottom three. They won against Leeds in their last game. As things stand, 57 minutes into their game against Everton, they are out of the bottom three. And Everton will be 3 points above the drop zone if Norwich were to win tomorrow night at home to Crystal Palace. They would tie Everton up on points. Obviously, Norwich's goal difference is horrendous. But a few bad results for Everton now, and a little trend up from the teams below them. Stating the bleeding obvious, I know, but they will be in some. Oh no! Look away now, Crew goalkeeper. Horrible mistake by the Crew keeper for that third Plymouth goal. Goodness me! Oh, penalty for Luton. Adebayo could be about to give Luton the lead. Lincoln 2, Morecambe 1. It sounds like Morecambe have just scored. Are Luton about to take the lead in their game against Barnsley? We think Elijah Adebayo is going to take the spot kick. Keep me updated on that one. Goal for Morecambe. I'll say it was Cole Stockton, whether I know it was him or not. Morecambe have got one back against Lincoln. Lincoln 2, Morecambe 1. Any news from Luton, anybody, on that penalty? Ben Rama in for Lanzini. For God's sake, Barnsley says, George, it's not been a fun season for him. Any news on... I think I might be able to get to see this one live on my screen over here. Yes, Elijah Adebayo against Brad Collins in the Barnsley goal. Tamani Diagaraga is the goal scorer for Morecambe. Brentford fans will know who he is. I think Leeds fans will know who he is. And Ipswich fans too. He was on loan there. Little bit of shahousery from Collins, just trying to put Adebayo off. And he now retreats to his line. Collins points to the right. He's still doing it. He says, I dare you to put it that way. Will Adebayo call his bluff? He's still pointing to the right-hand side. Adebayo, that's how you deal with a bit of sledging, guys. He just smashes it into the top corner, that side of the goal. Collins said, I dare you to put it that way. And Adebayo did exactly that and smashed it into the corner. Luton 2, Barnsley 1. And I think we're about to have an interesting debutant for Hull, Tjelta Arveladze. And forgive me, I'll need his name up on the screen to pronounce it. But the Turkish forward they signed appears to be coming on. We'll just check how things look for Luton. I think they're going into 7th. Luton, they're 2-1 up now against Barnsley. Adebayo just sticking that penalty home. Let's dive in and look there right now. Luton 2, Barnsley 1 in the Championship. Luton, how about that? Look, tied on points with a U1 parachute team there, West Brom. Terrific stuff, but we've got to move off that. We said they could go 9 points clear at the top of League One, and I think they're going to. Rotherham have just taken the lead, and we've got a red card and a penalty at Stoke. Ryan Bennett has been red carded for Swansea, so Stoke are hot favourites now to win that one. Rotherham are hot favourites to win League One. I think, is it Baker who's going to take this penalty? Here he comes and he scores. Shoves it in the corner. Decent penalty. That keeper goes the right way. Lewis Baker puts Stoke 2-0 up. And if we've got any Rotherham fans in, they are going to be very, very happy. Wimbledon 0, Rotherham 1, and results are going Rotherham's way to the extent they are going to go 9 points clear. Sorry, let me get off that screen. We'll go to League One. Rotherham lead. I haven't got a goal scorer for you yet. Lewis Baker, of course, just put in Stoke. 8 points clear. My maths is not what it's all cracked up to be. There you go, 8 points clear at the top there. Rotherham, excellent stuff from them. 65 points from 30 games. That is terrific for Rotherham and Paul Warren, who are the Dons of League One whenever they're here. I think it's going to be a third promotion for Paul Warren for Rotherham. Can he keep them up in the Championship this time? I wonder. Oh, it's just got even better for Rotherham. Cheltenham 1, Sunderland 1. How about that? So I think it might be the gap I was talking about initially. Wigan are losing as well, aren't they? MK are drawing. We'll check out the league table again. That's going to have changed. Josh Coyle is the goal scorer. I've just seen him stick it in the back of the net there in front of the Rotherham fans there behind the goal. And it is now, as I had suggested, wrongly, my lucky guess, that one, 9 points clear. Rotherham are in a league of their own at the top of League One. Mitrovic to 30 goals tonight. Rotherham looking like they're going to get promoted. Could it be a decisive night tonight? Hull have just got a goal back. Keane Lewis Potter is running back to halfway with the ball. It's Darby 3, Hull 1. Squeaky bum time maybe for Hull. 64 minutes gone. Hull have a goal back. Let's have a look at the replays. I think Burnley have equalised against Manchester United as well. I think it's Fleming going down the left. Cuts inside. A really good run, actually. Oh, it's an own goal. Craig Forsyth becomes one of the many players in football history to score for both teams. I won't say at both ends because he scored in both halves at the same end for the pedants, who will no doubt correct me on that. But Forsyth has certainly scored for both teams. A really nice run from left wing back there. I'm pretty sure it was Fleming. Let me just double check. But any which way, Derby 3, Hull City 1. Hull have got themselves a goal back. They've given the goal to Keane Lewis Potter on SofaScore. I'm pretty sure it's an own goal. And yes, Aliyah Sayadmesh has come on. So we'll see how he does in the Championship. All part of the Turkish revolution here at Hull. Let me have another go. Sayadmesh, beg your pardon. Aliyah Sayadmesh. We got any Turks in the chat? You feel free to critique my pronunciation. If you can't speak Turkish, get lost. Liam, I haven't seen this, so I'm taking your word for it. But red card, harsh. Bennett couldn't get out of the way, but at least he's... Stop it. I'm not reading that last bit. Shocking. Here is Allsop at the back. Plenty of goals. He's Iranian, is he? Beg your pardon. It's still a Turkish revolution. We got any Iranians in the chat then? Can critique my pronunciation. Thank you, John. I just assumed he'd be Turkish with the Turkish takeover. I barely speak English, to be fair. Tremendous. Right. We are 66 in now, so we are coming up 3/4 of the way through our games. Let's do a sweep. Hopefully, I've got all of the scores updated on the ticker, and we can just take a look at everything as things stand. It's Newcastle 2, Everton 1. Newcastle out of the bottom 3 currently. West Ham 0, Watford 0. Burnley 1, Manchester United 1. Sorry, that was Jay Rodriguez, who starred in the Championship for West Brom. We have a goal at West Ham as well. I hope a certain player is not the goal scorer, because that will go down like a fart in church, won't it? But West Ham lead 1-0 against Watford. West Ham have the lead. They are pushing on to Manchester United in that 4th place race. I believe they'll be ahead of them, actually, given that Burnley have just equalised. West Ham 1, Watford 0. Iranians speak Persian. They actually, one of Shaylee's friends is Iranian. So, yeah, I could get that checked, couldn't I? Jared Bowen, huge deflection. Jared Bowen, apt as we are watching Hull, is the goal scorer. Ooh, crikey. Hull nearly getting another goal back there. Curtis Davis making the block there. And Darby, you just got to be a bit careful because you know what happens when these games sort of go back to 3-2. We'll continue to sweep in a minute. That's a great block by Davis. And West Ham are above Manchester United as things stand, with Manchester United drawing against Burnley and West Ham winning now against Roy Hodgson and Watford. It's going to be a bad night for Watford, this, because Newcastle are winning and Burnley are drawing as well. So direct rivals are scoring points whilst Watford are potentially not scoring any. Yes, you're right as well, Ollie. It's also a bad day for Norwich, although you can view it a couple of different ways. If Norwich are really ambitious and Newcastle are pulling Everton in, maybe there's another team to play with. But yes, I do accept Ollie's point there. Yeah, sometimes you just want a few teams down there all struggling rather than 4 or 5 being good. It works both ways. Basically, if you don't win, it doesn't matter. So we all know the deal with getting out of trouble. Right, let's continue the sweep that I started a couple of minutes ago. It's Coventry 1, Blackpool 1, Gyökeres and Medine. Derby 3, Hull 1. Hull have just got one back and are pushing. So Derby just need to manage this game. Wayne Rooney pacing up and down. Fulham 2, Millwall 0. 2 goals for Alexander Mitrovic. 30 for the season before Valentine's Day. Well played, Mitro. Sensational performance by him this season. Luton 2, Barnsley 1. Campbell and Adebayo for Luton. Morris for Barnsley. Stoke 2, Swansea 0. Swans down to 10 as well. So that could go 3 or maybe more, given it's 10 men, and Stoke have a 2-goal lead. Who scored for Stoke? Philogene, Bidas and Baker from the spot. I won't give you the scorers in League One, but I will tell you that Rotherham are currently 9 points clear at the top. They lead 1-0 at Wimbledon. Stanley 1, Oxford 0. Cheltenham 1, Sunderland 1. Crew 1, Plymouth 3. Plymouth were behind in that one, weren't they? Donny 0, Ipswich 1, Fleetwood 1, MK 1, Gills 0, Cambridge 0, Lincoln 2, Morecambe 1, Pompey 2, Burton 1, Wednesday 1, Wigan 0, Wickham 0, Shrews 0, Bolton 1, Charlton 0. Worth. Let's dive in here. What a season Bowen is having. You love to see it. He's doing brilliantly. Championship alumni Jared Bowen, that we all knew how good he was, didn't we? Double sub for Cov. Blackpool doing most of the pressing. Cov playing on the break. Interesting. Thank you, Chris. Jared Bowen is thy lord of my hammers. He is only shining light in what is a crap game. There you go. Alex's views, not mine, but I'll take his word for it if he's watching. I'm not. Rotherham and Barnsley on course to do their annual swap. Well, Barnsley maybe biannual, but Rotherham, well, I suppose it has to be biannual. You know what I mean anyway, don't you? Let's see what Van der Beek can do. He is on a hugely expensive player for Manchester United, signed from Ajax, if I'm not wrong about that. Someone check me on that one. Worth, get it in the bingo. And at the same time, Stephen, I said someone fact check me on that, which I always say when I'm not 100% sure. We are 72 in at Derby versus Hull, so that can be our barometer for the 7:45 kickoffs. I'm looking up on the iPad, 71 in at Newcastle versus Everton. Ajax, yes, indeed. Inter winning against Roma as well. I don't think it was too much. What, Bowen? No, good deal, wasn't it? Yes, very, very much so. George, can't believe we almost got promoted last year. What I would do? Oh, George, don't say that. Look, it ebbs and it flows, doesn't it, George? You'll be back. Especially Barnsley at championship level. They're always back, aren't they? Harrison Reed in for Kenny. Reem is skipper for the rest of the game. Thank you. TJ, Fulham 2. Millwall 0. Do you know what? I was so preoccupied with Mitrovic hitting 30, I didn't actually check the top of the table. Could be similar story than it is in League One at the moment. Look, Fulham are going 8 clear. Of course, Blackburn and Bournemouth could both cut the gap tomorrow, but Fulham turning the screw, and with 17 games to play, 61 points. So if Fulham were to score 2 points per game for their remaining games after this, it would be 95 points. So, Fulham very well set up. So what would it be? 185 per game to get to 90. And we know automatic promotion 10-year average 85. Or rather, for those people that have struggled with this, and I will use my words carefully, at the end of the season, if you have scored 85 points on average, you will be in second place in the championship. There you go. Hopefully my wording is correct there. People struggle with that one. Not you lot. What Barnsley did last season gave a lot of teams hope for this. Barnsley will be back. Yes, absolutely. Quick word on my setup. I use StreamYard to stream. I've got SofaScore in the background. Simples, 2 websites here. I do have about 8 TVs on in this office, though. Actually, I wonder if I can do some clever stuff here. If I were to put that on portrait, does that swallow the whole world? So if you look, can you see that? If I do that, that way, you see a couple of TVs and an iPad up there and a monitor down there and a big whiteboard up there as well. There you go. There's the setup. Thank you for asking, for anyone interested in my little man cave here where I live. Hopefully we'll be back with new owners. Well, we will see. I'm not sure they're going anywhere, though, are they? But yes, we can, but try. How many points do you need to survive? Again, I'll use my words advisedly. On average, over the past 10 years, at the end of every season, if you had 45 points, you would have survived on average over the past 10 years. So, yes, if you're checking teams already there, Middlesbrough and above already essentially survived, is what we're saying. Rangers need 34 more points. Well, look, 2 points per game is 2 points per game. Anyone could get on a bit of a run. They can do it. You've got to be damn good, though, to do it, haven't you? Hull is still turning the screw here. I think Darby have just got to head kick it for the next 5-10 minutes and they'll win this game. But you know full well what happens if Darby do concede another goal. The nerves kick in, don't they? You just go another 3-4 metres further back defending and you can throw that lead away. Barnsley needs 71 points to come second. Yes, that may be impossible. Now, actually, I haven't checked the numbers. No, it will be impossible, won't it? Eves has come on for Hull, by the way. I just spotted him in the box. Huge bloke. Where did Eves sign from? Gillingham? Hull attacking down the left. Bit of a lull in goals at the moment. So, Newcastle have gone 3-1 up. I'm about to see the goal. St. Maximan, is that going to get scrubbed off for offside? Yes, I think it is. They're checking, are they? The ball's in the net. The flag's up. He looked offside. Let's have a look at the replay. My first instinct, which is often wrong. No, he's offside. Yeah, Newcastle have not scored. Not at all. Who is my favourite manager of all time, Dan? Probably Brian Clough, I would have thought. Obviously, with my Ipswich hat on, Sir Bobby Robson as well. Alex Ferguson's close, although I hated him when I was a kid. But that was more to do with me being a child and him winning all the time. So there we go. Goal at Newcastle. No. Ball in the net. Disallowed, rightly so. Oh, what are you doing, Sunderland? Cheltenham 2, Sunderland 1. It's going to be a third straight defeat, is it, for Sunderland? What are they doing? still without manager, having fired Lee Johnson. It's going to be a third straight defeat. Look, they might get away with it tonight because everybody else is losing. But that high standard I talked about at the top of League One is falling a little bit tonight, particularly within that top six. That can still change between now and the end of the game. But currently, only Rotherham in the top six, and they're all playing, are winning. So maybe we do get a slowdown tonight. Rotherham are winning, but look, Wigan are losing. MK are drawing. Sunderland have just gone behind. It'll be a third straight defeat. Oxford are losing, and Wycombe are drawing. And look, I'm an Ipswich fan. I know we don't get nice things, but dare I say, if you supported a team in the playoff chase, tonight would be a good night if you won, is all I will say. And plenty will change between now and then. Alfie May, who's been very good for Cheltenham this season, is the goal scorer. Cheltenham lead 2-1. Get in. Who's my favourite referee? Referee Dean, for sure. I find him very amusing. Could Brentford be the team that drops into trouble? Possibly. Yeah, possibly. They're not out of it, are they? Barnsley max total 64. Ouch. Yes. Not good. Plenty of subs for Watford going on now. Wayne is praising Marco Silva. Cheltenham have dominated the second half and they have the lead. And Sunderland are choking it again. They need a manager in there. Nothing like firing your manager when you're 2 points from the top. Well, we'll find out at the end of the season whether it was a good decision or not. Miller's leaving them behind. Absolutely, they are. It could be a very good night for Rotherham, couldn't it? They could be the only one in the top six to win tonight, and everybody is playing. Goodness me. Roy Keane and Micah Richards, anybody up at Sunderland? Yeah, not sure on that one. Yeah, I don't know what's happened there with Sunderland and Lee Johnson, but young chairman and, well, whatever your views are on Lee Johnson, the former's tailed off since he left. So, look, we'll find out in the fullness of time. There is no universe now in which Lee Johnson stayed managing Sunderland. So on they go. On to the next one, aren't they? One too many PowerPoint presentations. Right, Newcastle, we think, have now gone 3-1 up. Oh, how good is that? Is that Trippier? Yes. Trippier, the England fullback, bends a free kick over the wall past the England goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford. We think Millwall have just had a goal disallowed. And it very, very much looks like Newcastle are going out of the bottom three tonight. Newcastle 3-1 up. On first glance, it looked like a very good free kick, I'm sure, because people tend to hate on Jordan Pickford. They'll criticise any goal that Jordan Pickford concedes. It's pretty much in the corner, over the wall. It's a decent free kick, that, up and down, and Trippier scores his first Newcastle goal there. Just catches Pickford out with the height there. Well played, Trippier, although, look, Pickford derangement syndrome. I'm sure someone will scream and yell at him as they always do. Let's have a look at the bottom of the Premier League. It's a 2-goal lead for Eddie Howe and Newcastle. They are out of the bottom three, and Mr. Lampard, some work to do there. Going to be a fourth straight defeat. Okay, 3 of them belong to Rafa, don't they? So the circumstance Lampard is in, not necessarily his fault, but he's the one who's got to get Everton out of it. And they're suckered in at the moment. And were Norwich to win tomorrow night, they would go to 19 points as well. So, yeah, Newcastle, back-to-back wins, it looks like. They beat Leeds away, and they're about to beat Everton. So also back-to-back wins against 2 teams in the bottom 6. How about that? Goal disallowed for Millwall. Pickford is like prime Casillas for England, but Meh for Everton. I always think this. There you go. Inson Keane of Sunderland travelled back to... Yeah, that'd be nice. Yes, 3-0 Stoke. Jacob Brown. We thought that one would be after the 10 men possibly going 3 or 4-0. It's gone 3-0 already. Will it go 4-0? Stoke 3-0 up Jacob Brown with the goal. I haven't seen it on the other screen. Let me know if Gillette have already shown it. Southgate at the Newcastle game. Well, he'll be pleased with Trippier and less pleased with Pickford, I guess. But Pickford is Southgate's guy, isn't it? And who am I to say otherwise? Hey, not that I'm advocating for that, by the way. Let's just check. Stoke have jumped up a mile, haven't they? They were 14th, gone up 4 places. Stoke, obviously, Blades and Preston play tomorrow night. Stoke going on to 42. Good 80 minutes for Bielik tonight. Yeah, great player, isn't he? Be just nice to see him play 5-10 games in a row and just he's a huge bloke, but, just get that muscle memory and momentum going as well. Jamen, nice finish. Akers at the back. Yeah, I have not seen it. Everton have never been relegated. That's one of those stats that is very surprising. I remember them coming very close, possibly when Howard Kendall returned. Remember Danny Cadamarteri. There's a mention for you. Danny Cadamarteri scoring a goal late in the season at Goodison, if I'm not misremembering that. Free kick for Cov in the D. Could be a late winner in that game. That one is 1-1. It looks like Darby have done enough defending now. They've got it up to 84 minutes in this one, and they've still maintained the 2-goal lead here. Stoke probably disappointed not to win this 8-0. Swansea have just got anything at all. Derby look the most likely of the bottom 4 to survive. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, well, look, there's no contest in terms of actual on-pitch form. I think they'd have 39 points by now already, wouldn't they? Is that the right number? Someone fact-check me on that. But, of course, 21 points deduction, the punishment for the infractions is the difference, isn't it? Bowen close on a second goal for West Ham. Waghorn puts the free kick wide. I love a Martin Waghorn set play. Happy days of Ipswich finishing 13th in the Championship. Oh, well. Why am I singing the Godfather theme tune? I don't know. Okay, let's do a sweep with 5 minutes to go. A goal will inevitably happen if I do a sweep. Where's the injury time winner going to be tonight then, you lot? There's always a late goal. Newcastle 3, Everton 1. Newcastle going out the bottom 3. West Ham 1, Watford 0. West Ham going 4th above Manchester United, who are level with Burnley. A Manchester United winner would be very Manchester United, wouldn't it? And would put them up into 4th. Keep your eyes on that. Remember, they are 15 minutes behind everybody in terms of kickoff times there. So Manchester United will know what they've got to do at the end of that one. Coventry 1, Blackpool 1, Derby 3, Hull 1, Fulham 2, Millwall 0. Mitrovic to 30 goals for the season. Amazing feat already. Luton 2, Barnsley 1. We have just had a goal at Crewe where Plymouth, well, they're 4-1 up now. I thought they were making hard work of that earlier in the first half. They went a goal down, then they missed a penalty. Cracked in 4 goals since then. Luton 2, Barnsley 1. Luton are going 7th, by the way. Stoke 3, Swans 0. Stoke are jumping up 4 places from 14th to 10th. In League One, Rotherham, I've got a feeling tonight's going to be a good night, said the Black Eyed Peas. Rotherham are going to have a very, very good night, aren't they? Hat-trick for Ryan Hardy. Congratulations to him. That's the 4th goal for Plymouth, of course. So Rotherham are going 9 points clear. They're 1-0 up against Wimbledon, unless we get any late goals in any of the games involving the entire rest of the top 6, none of whom are winning. Fulham have gone 3-0 up. I don't know if he's still on the pitch, but is that Mitro with the hat-trick? He's already got a couple of hat-tricks. He got 3 hat-tricks this season or 2? He's on a hat-trick. Has he done it? Fulham 3, Millwall 0. And we can actually get back to counting goals with Fulham as well in a minute. The 100 goals looks very, very much on for Fulham, doesn't it? Another 3 tonight. Anyway, this strange night in League One where none of the top 6 other than Rotherham are going to win, as things stand. Stanley 1, Oxford 0. Cheltenham 2, Sunderland 1. What are they doing? Crew 1, Plymouth 4. Donny 0, Ipswich 1. Fleetwood 1, MK 1. Gills 0, Cambridge 0. Lincoln 2, Morecambe 1. Pompey 2, Burton 1. Wednesday 1, Wigan 0. I tell you what, Wednesday are on good form, aren't they? And pushing for that playoff place. They've been winning for a fair few weeks now. Wickham 0, Shrews 0. You wouldn't bet on Wickham scoring a late goal, would you? Bolton 1. Sorry, you wouldn't bet against Wickham scoring a late goal. Bolton 1, Charlton 0. Bobby Reid is the scorer of the third goal for Fulham. And I did want to just do some counting. Let's just give you a projection. Gillingham 1, Cambridge 0. Interesting goal down the bottom there for the Gills. Can Neil Harris get a new manager bounce? He may be getting a win tonight. Did I just see another goal flying in League One? I think I missed one. Do let me know if I did indeed just miss one. What I was going to do is tell you that Fulham have now got 77 goals in 29 games. Let's do a very, very quick little bit of maths. 77 divided by 29 equals 2.65 goals per game. If I multiply that by 46, 122.13 goals is the projection for Fulham. And yes, it's amusing, but we are now on game 29. And Fulham are projecting not only to score 100 goals, but to score 122 goals. And all they need to do, easier said than done, is keep scoring 2s and 3s. A 2 and a 3 every week, and they'll get 120 by my quick maths. Accrington 2, Oxford 0 was the goal I missed. So it does look like this perfect night for Rotherham is getting a bit more meat on the bone here, because Oxford look like they're losing tonight. They're 2 down at Accrington, and they're in the 91st minute there. So it really could all come up smelling of roses here for Rotherham tonight. Let's go back to the League One table. 6 minutes of stoppage time. In fact, we're going to see this Accrington goal here. Just knocked back to the edge of the box, drilled in low. The Stanley fans on the terrace behind the goal celebrate that one. So we were just going to check how things are looking. So Oxford do look like they're going to lose. Wickham are level. Sunderland are losing. MK are drawing. Wigan are losing. As things stand, and I really don't want to say this at all, could be a very good night for Rotherham, Wickham, Sheffield Wednesday, Plymouth, and maybe the team below Plymouth with a very slim outside chance of getting into the playoffs. Gillingham, that will bump them up to 25 points. Can Neil Harris go on a run there and have a good push towards safety? We're in stoppage time at Hull. Everton are in real trouble now. Anyone know how to find out outs on Fulham over 100 goals? I don't know what that means, David. Odds. Odds. Would you like me to have a word with my friends at Betfair? But it's fairly sure it's going to happen, isn't it? So Fulham have got to score 23 goals now in 19? How many games? Hang on, sorry. Let me give you a more sensible response than that. I think they've played 29, haven't they? I think it's 17. Yeah, 17 games left for Fulham, and they've got to get 23 goals. So even if their rate halved, they would still be landing on 94. It's not going to half, is it, for God's sake? Bolton 1, Charlton 1. We're only in minute 76 there. Was that an 8 p.m. kickoff? Bolton 1, Charlton 1. They're tied together in the table, and Charlton have just equalised. Wayne Rooney taking off Luke Plange, who doesn't seem to be in the bad books of the Derby fans, despite the fact he's not a Derby player anymore. He signed for Palace in the window on deadline day, didn't he? And maybe not on deadline day, might have been a day before, I can't remember. But out he goes. Malcolm Ebiowai has come on. Right, West Ham have beaten Watford. So as things stand, West Ham are going to go fourth in the Premier League. Chuks Anike has scored the goal for Charlton. Mitro makes way for Muniz tonight. First world problems for Fulham, bringing in their Brazilian to finish the game. Looking very, very good. Swansea playing atrocious again today. Not surprised. A couple of Swans fans in the chat today. Not happy. Stanley 2, Oxford 0, full time. Is this going to be the perfect storm tonight for Rotherham at the top of League One? A couple of the parts to the puzzle have already come in. Everton in real trouble now. Yes, indeed. Where's the late goal going to be, guys? There's always a late goal that changes the outcome. Carlisle 1, Port Vale 3 is a full time. That's not our concern, that game, but I'll tell you. Anyway, Max Bird just got yellow carded. Yeah, Everton are losing this one, aren't they? 93 of 94 played, and they're 3-1 down. Same story here, unless we get something ridiculous with Darby and Hull. It looks like Darby are winning. See, John, I knew you couldn't resist commenting on Chucksanike. The Charlton goal machine there. Not quite the same for Birmingham. Well played, West Ham. Good evening, Hamza. Thanks for joining us. West Brom tomorrow. Absolutely. This happens every time we play Stoke. I'll be happy as long as Klukas doesn't do an Adebayor again. Yeah, right. He did enjoy scoring last time out. Certainly last season, wasn't it? Remember holding his shirt up. Oh, big chance for Hull. Can they force it over the line? No, they cannot. It's still alive. Side netting. Oh, that would have changed things if it had have gone in. Fulham 3, Millwall 0, full time. So Fulham are going. How many points clear at the top? 8 points clear at the top. Mitro, 30 goals for the season. And this perfect night for Rotherham moves on. Cheltenham 2, Sunderland 1 is a full time. Woof. It's all coming up smelling of roses for Rotherham tonight, isn't it? At the top of League One. Everything's going their way in terms of them going 9 points clear. Full times coming through. 52,000 in at Newcastle. Tremendous. Draw the Geordies. They always, look, let's be honest, if that held 60,000, they'd get 60,000, wouldn't they? Hugely, heavily supported team. Sky Sports have given Festi Ebasele the man of the match, the right winger. And another one of those League One results is through. Wickham 0, Shrewsbury 0. And I dare say that's very good for the playoff chasers. That one. Coventry 1, Blackpool 1 is a full time. At Newcastle. A minute left at the Kenny Luton leading 2-1. All going to, yes, for Sunderland at the moment. Derby 3, Hull 1 is full time. Wayne Rooney smiles to Shota Arveladze, shakes hands. And Derby, impressive again. They do need to go on some kind of, 3 wins from 5. A draw and a defeat or something, 10 points from 5, something like that. And they really can make a push of this. They just can't afford Derby. I know I'm saying this immediately after they've just won a game. They can't afford to now not win for the next 2 or 3 games. They've got to keep the hammer down as well. What about Hull being dragged back in? I'm not sure they will be, Brucey boy. I think Peterborough, Reading, are bad enough and Hull are far enough away, but you never know. Newcastle will be well away from the bottom 3 come 5 games time. Well, if Trippier keeps bending free kicks in, then maybe they will. Luton have won against Barnsley. Barnsley lose yet again, and Barnsley's projection now may be worse than Rotherham's record. Let me just double check this. Apologies, Barnsley fans, but I'm going to do it. 14 divided by 29, 0.48 points per game times 46. Yes. So Barnsley are now projecting to break the record of Rotherham. They're now projecting 22 points. Apologies to Dan and the Barnsley fans. I'm just reporting what's happened. But Barnsley now potentially are on for being the worst side in Championship history. They just cannot buy a win. Again, apologies to Barnsley fans. Take no joy in saying that, but that's the deal, I'm afraid. I'm just reporting what's happened. Well played. Luton, they win again, and Ipswich have won. Thank you for letting me know, Ben. Ipswich have won, and everybody above them in that top six, well, not everybody above them, but everybody in the top six has lost, or not won, at least. Could be a very good night for Ipswich, Sheffield Wednesday, Plymouth, and Rotherham in League One. Full times are flying in now. Forgive me if SofaScore does some weird stuff, which it sometimes does at full time. So hopefully these live league tables are accurate. Sometimes we get a ghost in the machine. So look, West Ham have won in the Premier League. I think that's all correct. A Manchester United goal would, of course, take them to 42 points. Excuse me. And back into the top four. Burnley are getting a point at the moment, but it's Newcastle who are the big movers down the bottom there. And in turn, sucking Everton down into the relegation battle. Excuse me. Oh, don't even know what I'm choking on. I had some cashew nuts about 2 hours ago, but there we go. I'm sure you wanted to know about that. In the Championship tonight. Excuse me. There's nothing to drink in here either. Right, Fulham have won. They are 8 points clear at the top. Luton are not sixth. That table is incorrect. West Brom's goal difference is, I believe, better than Luton's, but they have won an hour on 45 points. So I believe Stoke are 10th. Again, forgive me. They always have issues with their tables at this time of day. SofaScore, Coventry and Preston and Blackpool all tied on 41 points. Coventry and Blackpool drawing tonight. Swansea lost again. They lost to Stoke. Hull lost to Derby. Barnsley lost again. They are well bottom. And Derby are 2 points off Peterborough and 4 points off Reading. Excuse me. In League One, it's been a perfect night for Rotherham and the teams chasing the playoffs, unless we get something drastic happen at Wigan, at Sheffield Wednesday. Although, if Wigan were to equalise, that would actually, excuse me, that would actually be probably a good thing as well, because that'd be more drop points. So you don't want the 3 points going in there. So Rotherham have gone 9 points clear. Wigan are still playing, but they're losing to Sheffield Wednesday. Sunderland lost. Wickham drew. Oxford lost. And there you go. It's just gone through, hasn't it? Sheffield Wednesday have beaten Wigan. They're in good form. Sheffield Wednesday, look at that. They've only lost 6 games. So look, I hate to say it because I support one of these teams, but it was a good night for Sheffield Wednesday, Plymouth and Ipswich as well. Things have tightened up. Excuse me, just a little bit, haven't they? There we go. I think that is everything there. That weren't pretty. 3 points is the main thing for Luton. Absolutely. 3 points between second and sixth. I assume that is League One we're talking about. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm going to have to skedaddle in a minute. I'm choking here. Shocking stuff here. Anybody else in the comments here? I think I might have to bid you all farewell and go and get a drink. I'll put these up if that. 2 rower outs there. Some unhappy Millwall fans there. If that is the prevailing mood, then so be it there for Millwall fans. Right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. Please hit the thumbs up button before you go. It'll take you just a second, but it really helps people find our stream and our channel. And I will see you all tomorrow night. And apparently, Bolton have gone 2-1 up against Charlton. There we go. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It's lovely big over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.